The small city of São Paulo state is south coast from São Paulo. I'm married. I have a daughter. I work on a telecommunications company, but today I don't know what happened, but a lot of people, or almost everyone, tell me IT. I don't know. Well, I love watching movies, TV shows, and barbecues, parties, where it's possible to talk each other and share information. I love it. That's it.
Great, great. And do you have pets?
Yeah, I have two cats, my friends, Quindim and Pudim.
Of course, they have funny names. We have pets just to put funny names on them. And okay, and what about you, Lei? Please introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Letícia. I live in Porto Alegre, and I work as a software developer. And at the moment, I'm not working. I'm looking for new opportunities in my career. And in my free time, I would like watching movies, but at the moment, my TV is a eternal looping. I tried to fix it last weekend, but I think I need more information about how to try fix it. And okay, and I did it.
Okay, and what about pets? Do you have pets?
No, I had in the past, but at the moment I not have pets.
Oh, great. And do you use it to drink something on this meeting? Are you drink something today?
No, today water.
Ah.
It's not a tea, not a beer, because I don't drink alcoholic.
Okay. So guys, and about me, my name is Leo. I am 28 years old. I'm from Belém do Pará, but I've been living in São Paulo since 2017, 6 years. I'm working in as a business in a business intelligence area of GB, and I really like Gloria Groove, Beyonce, Lady Gaga, pop diva songs. And I think basically it's this about me. So let's start the topic. Ricardo, what's your favorite way to stay organized and manage your schedules using an app or writing it down on an agenda?
Well, I use the Outlook. In my opinion, it's a powerful tool. Well, there are a lot of. Normally, I use it, Google Agendas, Keep Notes, Evernote. I love Evernote, but I prefer use Evernote to organize my manuals or a lot of different instructions, and use the Outlook to organize my day. I'm not a person if you don't use the Outlook, because every schedule or a lot of different books, I use the Outlook to help me. I'm not exactly an organized person, so in this case, I need to use organization tool. That's it.
Great. And do you use the Outlook just to put the highlights, or do you use it to manage everything? For example, I need to clean my house. Do you put your Outlook or just the highlights?
No. I just use Outlook for the job, huh? And normally I use the Keep Notes and Evernote for my personal uh, schedules. Huh? I use a software that is possible to do a list for top list or something like that. But essentially, I use these tools uh, almost for jobs. Huh?
And what are two do you use it?
Evernote,
Yes,
Keep Notes,
tip notes.
and the Outlook. But the Outlook just for my job.
Great. And what about you, Lei?
I use the Google Agenda to organize my day. I'm not to work, but I organize my day. Okay, okay,
It's
because
important.
it's important because I decided to break my career to improve my skills and looking for a new job. Okay, I know there is sometimes other things in my life I need to do and break my organization. Okay, but I'm an organized person, and I'm not a heavy or extremely organized, but it's important for me to organize the block for folks and what to do because I'm not a good person to do many times in the same time. Okay, many different contexts in the same time. I feel anxious, crazy, and the other kinds of this. Okay, and I prefer organize this, and I use the Google Agenda to put the specific blocks, okay, and the specific other things I do in my life. For example, the Pilates, the English class, these meetings, and the other things. But I use the Notion to organize more step by step in the how what I to do in a specific block.
Great. So it's kind of do you split the softwares, the apps to to put more details in Google Agenda. It's kind of generic, and in Notion, do you put it step by step? Am I right?
Yes.
And do you use it to put everything on Notion, or do you use any other apps to remember what you have to do, for example, in the house?
No, in the house, no. I know
I
I do
have
it.
it to cook.
Okay, I have a block time, block about my lunch, for example. But if I cook new foods or I fry the eggs, it's not important.
Come on, guys.
No, it's not important. It's my
Eh,
time of my lunch.
it's really important. No, I have to
No,
say that.
no.
Come on, go on.
Okay. For example, you talk about the clean the house. Clean the house on the Saturday. It's not in my block. It's not in my agenda. Okay. I know I need to clean my house on the Saturday. Sometimes I didn't clean.
Oh, you are wrong. No, I have to say that I'm not a good person to remember everything that I have to do. So I take notes of everything. Otherwise, I will not do. So I needed to have an agenda for the highlights, and I have a Trello with a to-do list where I put everything. So uh, I need to wash the plates. I need to uh, I don't know, go to the supermarket and buy many things. I have to do it because otherwise I will not remember that. I need to go today on the supermarket because I don't have it, nothing to eat on my breakfast, for example. and stuff like this, I have to take notes. Otherwise, I'm not to do nothing. And okay, so you used to some apps to remember you about your jobs, what you have to do. And do you think, Ricardo, that it helps you in some way to be more productive and have more focus?
Well, sometimes I use, but I don't have much discipline normally. So sometimes, for example, when I'm studying, I I use it to use a worksheet, huh? Excel to put the time that I keep it studying or how many courses I have studied until today. But about the number of the courses, I continue noting, but about how much time I live, I study. I normally I keep some notes during week. After that, I forgot a month, so it's not exactly uh, organized person in the time. But about how do you say? As I told you about my studies, I have more than 100 courses. Not exactly a classic course like graduation. It's typical fast courses, 1 hour, sometimes a week or a month. Courses like that, I have more than 100 courses because every every time that I do some courses, I note on this worksheet. But about my personal life, normally I just use the as you told, I use the a software app that is possible to make a shop list. And because sometimes I forgot when I arrive at supermarket, I forgot I don't know an item, so I prefer sometimes I don't use, but if you before a little uh, when I go to the cashier, I take a look in my app and check if you don't forget any product. Not at all, but sometimes I take a look.
Great. And what about Chile? Do you think that the apps that you use, they help you some way with productivity and focus?
Music and Spotify, for example, listen to music is the top of the app I use it to make more focus because how can I explain this? I have a bus, tinnitus, zumbido, okay, and I don't have the silence for me, and in the silence I listen my bus, and when I listen to music, I create environment to focus, and it's the first time, okay, I to do this, and when sometimes I know there is a lot of things. For example, when I was working, I remember that sometimes the days it's so crazy, and I needed to create more focus in specific blocks, and I use the Pomodoro technique, for example, to do this because if I need more concentration, okay, to realize some specific tasks, and the music it's not good enough for to do this, and But in general, I understand how I work and how my minds work, and sometimes I create in just a text file, put the steps and how I need to do specific tasks or learn a new thing or execute a specific job. And when I create specific topics, the steps, I imagine in my mind how to the next steps I need to do, and I create more focus.
Great. Yeah, I think Pomodoro it helps a lot. And in my case, I have a to-do list that helps me a lot to have more focus. And I have to say that I'm doing it a few days I started to do it a few days ago, really frequently, because as I said, I realized that I I just forgot everything that I have to do. So if I have to do something right now, I will put it on my to-do list. And if I do it, I just check. And I can do the other thing that I have on my list. So it helps me to see what I have to do on that day. So I have kind of many things to do, and then I will do one by one until I have nothing to do. So I think that Trello helps me in this way to be more productive and to have more focus.
I like Trello, but I don't use, but I like.
Okay. I remember the other thing I do in my life is turning off all the notification to create more productivity, because I know the social media the worst part in our lives. Okay, and I understand one day in my life the the notification, the barulho of the notification, you um, turn off your focus in this moment. And it's a good tip.
Definitely. And the cell phone, they it's it's never close to me while I'm working, because even if it's not if the if it doesn't notificate anything to me, I just can I check if I have a new message on WhatsApp? Can I check the Instagram really fast? So it's kind of that doesn't help me if I have the cell phone close to me. So if I'm working on my room, I put the cell phone on the couch in another part of the house, not close to me. And you, Ricardo, do you have problems with cell phone as well?
Well, yeah, yes, certainly. Normally, I when I have I schedule some tasks, normally I'm a little anxious, not exactly little. I'm so anxious. So in this case, uh, while I don't finish my task, I I don't use it to keep on peace. I'm becoming very concerned about this task, so I have to finish this task. So normally I don't use cell phone to, for example, reach the social media or another thing. But normally I listen to news while at the same time that I'm doing a task and watching, not watching, but listen to news. Music too, but not so much. I prefer news. And the news about politics or about sports, particular soccer.
Great. Yeah, in this case, your issues helps you some way, at least in this case. And guys, what about apps to learn new languages? And have you ever used this? Do you think that it's possible to learn a new language just using the apps? What do you think about those apps, Lee?
In my opinion, I think the apps it's a complement of your study. The apps and the other kinds of, for example, because when you now I understand more about this. When you study a new language, for example, there are four, I don't know, the four topics you need to understand: the reading, listening, speaking, and the writing. Okay, and if the apps there are four this, it's okay. I think you can learn anything only use the app. But some I know, and I think almost of the apps don't have the four topics, and it's they're more emphasis in one another. If you use more one apps, and you can learn it, and but when we speak with other people, I think it's you you turn on the key, okay? I don't know how I can explain. Because interact with the other people, you don't control how the other people answer, how the other people ask you. It's important to create create the habit, okay, to speak in when you learn the other language. For example, I think the close example for me is my nephew. He learned English, but he is a kid, okay, and he learned watching movies about the games. And he don't speak very well, but he speak better for me sometimes. And he uses the app to learn Italian now, and use the app in English to learn Italian. Okay, it's a kid. It's different, the kind of he learning, but I think the app is a complement.
Yeah, definitely. And even in some discussions, for example, here we are talking about the topic, having this conversation, but we are in our environment without any other sounds. For example, if we are in a party, it's really it's harder to have this conversation, for example. So the environment also can help you some way. uh, Go on.
Okay, it's a hard environment for me to listen any language, just in Portuguese, because my bus it's a uh, how can I explain? Create a block when I listen some sounds, for example. But I remember before I understand more about this, the the specific works like a restaurant, for example. It's hard for me to listen the other people. I know when you learn in the other language, sometimes the sounds it's different when you listen your main language. But I know environment it's a contributor to listen more or better, to listen better or no.
Yeah. And you, Ricardo, what do you think about apps to learn a new language?
I'm sorry, could you repeat this?
What do you think about apps to learn a new language?
Oh
Are
yeah,
they
sorry, I'm sorry.
good?
Well, I believe that it's really useful. Depends the person. Normally, I I use it to make jokes about this situation because uh, I believe that this kind of a person made a pact of the devil. I don't know what to happen because they learn a new language, use video games, the apps, and a lot of different situations. But for me, it's not really. There are two problems. Huh? I have more difficult to learn in situations like that. It's not exactly wrong or right, huh? Because there is a person that's just synesthetical, and then the memory, synesthetic memory, the listen memory, or different memories. Now, it's not right or wrong, it depends on the person. In my case, I needed to keep on the classroom or talk with another person to learn, huh? Because my personal, my kind of person I am, and because I don't have much discipline to use app every day, 1 hour or 2 hours a day, it's not fit for me. It's not work for me, you know. But for example, my daughter learning a lot of different. Well, I believe that he had a good level of English because she listened to a lot of music, particular Taylor Swift. She loves Taylor Swift and listening every day. I noticed the skill, how she pronounced the words. It's really important, because you associate a thing that you love and a new learning. But for me, unfortunately, it's not fit.
Yeah, and apps like Spotify, and they use it to have the lyrics.
Yeah.
So
I used to make jokes if the same person that learn new language uh, listen to music and that they have a practice with devil. The same person that go to the gym around 6 a.m. This kind of a person, I it's not possible to exist in my opinion.
the same energy. Guys, great. And guys, we also have apps to communication. For example, Zoom, WhatsApp, many others. I don't know. And I want to know which social media do you prefer to feel connected with your family, friends, and live.
With my family, I use more the WhatsApp and the text, voice message, and the web call, for example. With my friends, I use the WhatsApp and the Instagram because I share the memes in the Instagram with a specific group and the comments about this. but I use more these both, and I think when I talk to my mother is an old woman, and she prefer use the it's not a voice message, the call, specific call, okay? And but she didn't call me with the cell phone. She called me with WhatsApp because she learned it. It's important for her. Call me in the WhatsApp. I don't know, but she preferred this.
Okay.
I think I think she forgot how to call in the old, okay, because she has a smartphone now, and she learned how to use the smartphone. In the past, she called me and said, "It's your mother." Oh, I know I see your number in my cell phone. But okay.
Yeah.
And now she learned how to use the WhatsApp. She prefer call me with the WhatsApp.
Yeah, and I think that my mama don't even know my cell phone number right now if I ask to her. uh, yeah, WhatsApp have those questions. Yeah, okay. And what about you, Ricardo?
I'm sorry. Which question?
Which social media do you use to
Yeah.
communicate with your friends, family?
Uh, well, I use the Facebook and Instagram, but actually, I just follow the people and watch videos. I'm not exactly active person on these medias. I don't use. Uh, I don't post photos or videos. Normally, I just post photos and videos because my wife complain a lot because you don't post any photo from my anniversary or my birthday or something like that. So in this case, I post something. But I like it to uh, social media because it's an opportunity to check the how the life from your friends and the family, uh, some different situations like birthdays or marriage or birth. I don't know. I believe that is a great tool. Depends on the use. How if you certainly if you pass a lot of time using this social media, it's not exactly a good way to live, in my opinion.
Yeah. And do you do not send memes to your friends, Ricardo?
Yeah. I I don't use memes too, but sometimes when my soccer team won, I normally my friends and family send it to me, and I receive sometimes using memes and the another kind of situation. But I love, as I told you, I use much more the social media to watch videos and memes than particular to post photos or follow people.
Definitely. Yeah. And I ask this because it's really important to send memes to your friends. It's a way to prove your love, guys. So do it. Okay, guys. And guys, what about buy stuffs, clothes, uh, electronics, do you use it by those things in a physical store or online, Letícia?
Now I use more online, but then I don't use a specific app. I looking for in the private tab on the Google because I receive a lot of advertisement. If I find anything in our life, I don't have idea what this happened. Okay, but in the past, I I went to a store to try shoes, for example, and buy on the internet because it's more cheaper. Okay, because it's cheaper, okay. But now I depends on the kind of the shoes, for example. I just buy on the internet and I try when I receive in my house. I prefer, but. I'm not a, how can I explain? I'm not a consumer person to clothes and shoes and in general. I buy it's necessary. And I prefer use the internet.
Yeah, yeah, it's really interesting. For example, uh, do you do you have products that you prefer to buy in a physical store than online?
The supermarket. I think
Okay.
yes, because I buy vegetables and fruits. I prefer see this when I buy the app and I receive in my home. I try in the pandemic time this, okay, but it's different. The other people choose for you. And I like, for example, the tomatoes red, not green. And I received the green tomatoes. And I remember I think the eggs I bought and the two was broken. Because the guy delivered me with a motorcycle, and I think the eggs.
Jesus.
Oh my god! I think the eggs chamber when I arrived in my home.
Is
I try. It's not a good idea. Okay.
it looks like that you asked an omelette. And what about you, Ricardo?
Well, that's a weird situation. Nowadays, the price, the difference of the price between the online shops and the physical shops, they're honest, No, the most part of the time, the price is very similar. The but depends on the product. Products until around 20 reais or 30 reais. Normally, you pay a little more because of the delivery tax. So in this case, but for the hands nowadays it's common to find uh, online shop that deliver to your home and they don't they pay the delivery tax is free. So in this case, when the price is the same, I prefer to use the physical shops. Depends on the product. For example, if you buy a TV and the price is, I don't know, around the 2, 3, 4,000 reais, in this case, it's possible to find a better price than on online shops. So in this case, I usually to go to the physical shop, take a look on the TV, check the features and all those things, and come back to home and they buy online shops. Huh? But for example, a, a couple of 2 weeks ago, I buy a gift for my wife, sneakers, and the price is the same. Online shop and the physical shop is the same price. Actually, there was a little bit higher on physical shops, but I request a discount, and the guy gave me, and the price is the same. So in this case, I prefer because it's possible to take a look, to search for some defects, some faults or something. So in this case, depends on the situation, but the most part of the time, I buy products around 30 reais on physical stores, and the products more expensive, I prefer use the online because normally it's cheaper.
Yeah. And do you have products that you prefer to buy on the physical store?
Normally food, né? I used to go every Sunday on a fair near from my house. The price and the quality is better. Uh, okay, I go a lot of times in the supermarket, but it's not the same. It's possible to find, for example, mellow. It's not possible to find a good mellow on the supermarket. I don't know what happened, but certainly the product, the food is the fruits and the vegetables are fresher on the fair than supermarkets. Yeah, certainly nowadays the supermarket is a very good option, but I prefer go the fair because, for example, when you go to the supermarket, it's possible to find just orange, I don't know, lemon, but another kind of fruit is not possible to find normally. It's more common to find in fair.
Yeah. And I ask at this because, for example, shoes. It's something that I can't buy online. I have to go on a physical store, test this, try to understand it if it fits me or not. Because if I try to buy it online, it doesn't fit that good. And I feel really uncomfortable if I go to a store, ask for someone help, and then I say, na volta eu compro.
But if you buy the same shoes every each, you buy one time in a physical store and the other in online. But I know it's harder to do this because every year there is a new model.
Yeah, and every year, they are more, they are better than other ones. So I think it's good to buy in the physical store. And sorry, guys, what about books? Do you read books? Do you prefer read books? The in the traditional way, e-books and Kindle. What do you prefer? Do not like to read? Oh, what do you like to do, Ricardo?
Well, I don't have a preferred option. I like both. Huh? Sometimes and it's possible to buy a physical book, I prefer, but unfortunately the difference is so high. So in this case, I use it to buy digital options. Uh, my my daughter loves loves reading books. Uh, on until now, this year, my daughter read more than 30 books. I don't know what happened because I don't read much, and my wife too. I don't know what problem. I use it to make jokes. I need to do exam, GNI exam, to understand who is the father or who is the mother, because I don't know. The last time that I saw, she read 30 books. But normally I I prefer read newspaper or news in general, and books not so much. Around 10 to 20 by year, not much, not more than. But I prefer physical books, but it's not exactly a awful thing read digital. Sometimes I prefer read digital books. Nowadays, I'm living a dream because I work at home. So because a few years and a half ago, I had to go to my office every day, and the trip between my house and the office is around 5 hours, 5 hours and a half, because I live at São Vicente and my office is in Barueri. But so in this case, I prefer use the digital because it's lighter, né? And sometimes this kind of reading is a little boring. So in this case, I choose a magazine or another book. So I prefer. But when I am in my house, it doesn't matter if it's physical or digital.
Great. The important is to read something. And what about you, Le?
Uh, okay. It's a controversial sometimes for me. In the past, I read more, and I read more of physical books, but depends the books. How can I explain I don't know, the higher of the books. It's hard to live or to carry with you only in the specific time. But in the past, it's it's the kind of the book existing, and I bought a Kindle because I was reading in the screen, the computer or the computer or the cell phone. It's the brightness. It's hard to listen a long time, to reading a long time. But nowadays, when I was studying, for example, I bought more ebooks because it's cheaper compared to the physical books, and the higher of the ladders. In digital way, for example, the Kindle, it's to increase or decrease this. In the physical, it's impossible. I had some books and I didn't read now because I didn't read it again, or I didn't finish the reading because the letters it's so small, and it's hard for me reading now. And because I'm used to use the Kindle, and the Kindle you put more higher letters.
Yeah, definitely. It helps a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, I have the same problem
And
as
it's
you.
possible to look at its dictionary now, because, for example, in the Kindle, there is this possibility, there's a feature. You mark the words and the Kindle or the computer show the meaning.
Yeah, and it can help us to search many phrases at the time. So I'm thinking though as well. And guys, how was the conversation in the small group? Shanderson.
It's great to know about apps that people use different you, and I think it's a good conversation. No new point of view.
Yeah, are you Team Kindle or Team Bookie?
I'm team book. This one, I'm team book.
Okay,
Short history, I prefer a book. When a book have a 6 page or 10 page, I prefer a book, but I usually books physical.
great. And what about you, Valio? Are you Team Book or Team Kindle?
I prefer physical books. For me, there's a ritual when you buy a book and you open it, the smell of the fresh pages, it is totally different. You cannot have the same, how can I say,
Experience.
Yes. You found the word. But I try to read sometimes in this e-book readers.
Great. And what about you, Vitor?
I agree with Elio and Shanderson. For me, the physical book, it's as I said in the other room, it's magical because I teletransport to another planet. It's funny how the physical book can retain my attention. When I am reading on Kindle or on the e-readers of the internet, I can't pay attention at all. It's very difficult. As Chandra say, we read small pieces on these devices, but if it's a big piece, we had to read them physical.
Great. So, guys, that's it. I really hope you enjoyed this conversation and see you soon. Bye bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a great
Have
week.
a nice,
See you. Bye-bye.
great
See
weekend.
you. Great weekend. Yeah,
Almost
I will
weekend.
be here tomorrow again.
Maybe I
All right.
will too.
Okay, see you.
See
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.